Welcome to this channel. If you stumbled across this video, hey, this is PokeDuel. I'm just an average YouTuber, very minor sized channel, and I'm on a mission of building an alternate art, illustration art collection of all the best cards from each Pokemon from Gen 1 to Gen 9. That's Pokemon 1 through Pokemon 1032 or whatever we're at. So for this video, I'm going to be opening up singles from Journey Together and Surging Sparks that I have not gotten yet, and we're adding them to our binder collection. And then for the Pokemon of the day, we have Nidoran. That's the female version of Nidoran. And to start it off, we're going to show a clip of Nidoran from the old anime. So as you can see here, we have a lot of mail. I ordered all of these cards from TCG Player, and I really am excited to finally add some more cards to our collection. Some of these are gonna be from Surging Sparks and some are from Journey Together. So the first one here is gonna be from Kathy Cohen, and she's from Illinois. Let's see what Kathy sent us. So Kathy did send us a little bit of an extra. This is a Japanese Chichao, little fish for Generation 9. She said, "Thank you for your service. This is Trash Panda Collective." So yes, I'm in the military. I spent 40 out of the last 60 days in Africa. So I haven't filmed any videos since then. I just ordered some of these cards while I was in Africa, so that way when I got back to where I'm stationed, I could make a new video finally. So the actual card we got from Trash Panda is the Alolan Executor. Now this card is a card that just came out when the boom happened. The card got around to $100, and I just had to wait on it for a while. That's why I'm opening it or bought it now. I think I paid around $55 for this one, and now I'll show the ticker on here. It's going for around $40, so lost a little bit on it. But again, these are cards I'm not really trying to sell. It's for my collection. So Alolan Executor, I think this is a super cool card, and we'll add it to Generation 7 in our binder, as this is part of the Alola region. So we'll sleeve all these cards up at the end, and I'm not too worried about them getting damaged or anything. This next one here is from Battlegrounds Games, and it's from Dalton, Georgia. So we'll see what we have here. And here we do have a supporter card. This is Clement's Quick Wit. And Clement's Quick Wit, he's another character who's actually from Generation 7. So I watched a little bit of the Alola Generation anime way back when, and I remember Clement.
Romeo's gym? Gym leader?
I didn't buy this card until later in the set, because it did have that boom when Surging Sparks came out. So I paid around $15 for this one. I'll put the ticker on here now. I believe it goes for around $12. But overall, you just have to love these alt art version of these cards, because they just look so much cooler than full arts in my opinion. Moving right along, we have one. This one's gonna be from Jeremy Melton, and he is from South Carolina. And from South Carolina, we have the Maractus. So this is the first card we have that we're gonna add from Journey Together. Actually, the centering looks kind of good. Not that it's a card that's worth grading or anything like that, but Maractus here is a Gen 5 Pokemon. And that's gonna be interesting. So the next set that gets released after Destined Rivals, of course, is gonna be a Generation 5 set, Black Bolt and White Flare. So all Gen 5 are gonna get illustration arts and SIRs, special illustration rares. So Maractus will get another card. And just based on my collecting, I'm not gonna really collect the full set of Black Bolt and White Flare. I'm just gonna collect the ones that I think are better than the illustration arts that we already have. So if Maractus is cooler than this one, I might get it and then replace it. Just the feeling of whatever the card looks like when we see it. But this one is really cheap. Cheapest one probably in Journey Together, it's around $3. The next one here is from Brazilian Card Bazaar, and this one is from Massachusetts. This next one is another card that I really like. I like Swinub a lot, and Johto is really probably my favorite generation. I played a ton of that silver Pokemon game back in the day, just about when I joined the community. I did play a lot of the older games because I was the youngest one in my family, and my brother obviously had the Pokemon Yellow and the other games. But I like Johto the most, and Swinub here is really cool. I really like the evolution line, Mamoswine and whatnot. And I do like ice type Pokemon for some reason. They're just kind of an underrated Pokemon in the game, and they could always beat up the dragons. But this one you can get for around $5, and I do really like the artwork of it. So there is Swinub. The next one here is gonna be from Bubbles Cards, and this one is from Washington. And the next card here we have Lycanroc. So as you can see on my backboard, we got Lycanroc over here. This is the one that you have to evolve Rockruff in during the day. It's not the night version. But honestly, this is such a cool artwork. I like the fall vibes to it. Actually, it's not really fall, but you know, just the orangeness kind of makes me think of fall. And then we got Rockruff right here sitting in the corner. This one, you know, when the card first came out, it was around $8 to $10, and then there's just so much Journey Together, the card just went down in value, and I got it for around $5 or so. Basically, when the cards get around $5, I just pick them up, because if you get around $5 and you don't have to pay shipping, then, you know, if it goes below $5, then you're just paying for shipping anyway. So it just makes sense to get it. And, you know, for $5, you're not really losing out on anything. Really like the Pokemon, really like the design, and really excited to add this one to the collection. Again, if you're new watching this channel, please give me a like and subscribe. The next video that I'm gonna do, I believe, is gonna be actually some sort of an investment video, because for the first time ever, I bought sealed product, and I just gonna show that off a little bit if you're curious. But the next one here is gonna be from this, whatever this is called, and this one's from Florida, so it's a big one. It might be a good Pokemon. And here we have the first Pokemon special illustration art for this video. We have Volcanic, and this card has held its own since Journey Together has came out. The price of it has basically stayed the same, actually went up a little bit. I think I got this one for around $37, and the price for it now is around $42 if I'm not mistaken. But the artwork here looks really good. Volcanic was featured a lot in Steam Siege, and that is probably one of the worst sets ever to be created in Pokemon, other than like a couple black and white sets. They just didn't really have very many cool artworks. But this card, if this was in Steam Siege, it would be definitely the most expensive card, because it is just really good artwork, and these special illustration arts are just super nice. So really excited to add this one to the collection. The next one here is gonna be from Upstate TCG, and it's from New York. Shout out to New York losing the first game of the Pacers and Knicks series. Oddly enough, I did live in upstate New York for 3 years of my life. But here we have Salamence, and Salamence here is my favorite card from Journey Together, and if I were just to take a stab at it, I would think this card would be the most expensive card in the set in the future. I just don't believe that Clefairy and Lily will hold the test of time. That card was like $300, and now it's like $150. And the only reason it's stayed up above $150 right now is because they had that sale on TCG Player like 5 days ago, and that was like a 10% off all cards you bought. So like people just went nuts trying to get 10% off. But this card is awesome. I love Salamence. Salamence is the Gen 3 pseudo-legendary dragon-type Pokemon, and it's just a sick-looking card. They did say there's a little damage to it. There is a little on the corner. That's not gonna bug me whatsoever. I did overpay. Now, see, the price on the screen is the price that I paid for each one of these cards. I bought this card really early on because I just had faith that it was gonna stay up, but it's really not gonna hurt me that much, even though it's like going for $85, $90 now, because I'm in the long-term game and I just don't really care that much. I do like seeing the numbers increase, but you know, this is for my collection and I just plan to keep it forever and ever. A few more cards here for this video. We got Juan, who is from California. Let's see what we got. And another special illustration rare. This one here is Archlodon. So I do have the illustration art Archlodon from Surging Sparks. I pulled that one in a pack actually, but this one came down in price and I thought it was a good time to get it. I do prefer the special illustration arts most of the time. I just think the artworks look better and the borders look so much better. Although this one does look so much like a full art, it kind of stinks in that way. But I will be excited to add it to the collection because basically all the Pokemon around it in Generation 9 that we have are special illustration rares. So Archlodon, you know, pretty underrated Pokemon, but the typings are pretty cool. You know, I do like Steel type Pokemon a lot, and he is pretty interesting, I guess. You know, he's a skyscraper. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Let me know which one of these cards you like the most. If I were saying, it's probably Volcanon or Salamence. So here's the last card for this opening, and this one's gonna be from Baker Breaks, and this is from Colorado. And the last card here for this opening is gonna be Articuno. So this card, again, I bought a little bit too early, but again, I'm not gonna fret too much. I mean, I paid $26 for this card. Now it's going for around 22, but this is just a sick artwork, honestly. I mean, it's a good deal. I think if you want this card, I think now's not a bad time to get it. And, you know, we already have a Zapdos in our set from the 151 set. The Moltres is going to be coming out in the Destined Rivals set, so I'll put that right here just so you can see it. That one will probably be very expensive and I'll just have to wait a while before it comes down in price. Once the set gets released, the Destined Rivals comes out here at the end of the month of May, which might be before I post this video, just depends how long it takes me to edit it. I do work a full-time job in the military and, you know, I do travel quite a bit. So if you want to check out one of my shorts, you know, I travel all across the world and I open up a Pokemon card pack in every country that I visit. And then eventually when I go back to the States, I'll do every state as well. But I will continue to make these videos the more cards get released. So that is gonna do it for this opening. Now we're gonna put all these cards into our binder collection and you get to see what it kind of looks like so far. So here we are. As you can see here, this is our binder collection. This is the back of Generation 1 because the first card that we're gonna add is the Articuno from Journey Together. So we'll put it right here next to Snorlax. And then now we got Articuno with Zapdos. Articuno is right there. We'll get that Moltres on there when we get Destined Rivals. So moving forward to Gen 2, you can kind of see we have some of these trainers from Gen 1. We'll have some of these coming out soon. Typhlosion. We got Furret coming and Journey Together. Crobat, that's coming in Destined Rivals. We got Marill. We got Sunflora Yanma. I think Yanma's in Destined Rivals. I got Espeon right there. And then we got Wobbuffet, Destined Rivals, Murkrow. A lot of cards coming for Generation 2 here coming up. And then I think this next page, yep, right here, we'll add Swinub. So there is Swinub. We'll put it next here, and it will go next to Magcargo whenever that gets a card. That's it for this binder. The next card will be Salamence in the next binder. Here you see the second binder. This is leading past about midway through Gen 3. And you see quite a bit here on this page right here. We got Clamperl coming out, Destined Rivals. Here we have the Beldum that'll be in the collection box. And then right here, we're gonna add Salamence, the pseudo-legendary dragon. So there he goes. We still don't have his pre-evolutions on there yet. Looking forward to whenever we get the Kyogre to go right next to the Groudon. So anyway, that's it for Generation 3. We have no cards from Generation 4, and then we'll move on to the Maractus. I was filling this out for every Pokemon to help, but I stopped because I found out we were getting an illustration art and SAR for every card in Generation 5 in Black Bolt and White Flare. So what's the point? So there's Maractus, it's Pokemon 556. We'll pop it in there. With this spot or the other spot? Guess I'll find out later. And that's it for this binder. Now, moving on to the last one for Generation 7. Here we have the end of Gen 6. My apologies. Volcanon is Gen 6, so we get to add it. It's the last Pokemon Gen 6. We'll get to add it right next to the Hoopa. So here is Volcanon. We'll pop it in there. Sorry, my recording of this is not the smoothest, but there is volcanic. So next we move on to Gen 7, and we get to add our favorite dog, which is Lichen Rock. So Lichen Rock goes below the Cutie Fly. Rabombi will go here. That's Gen adding Lichen Rock. Next up is Alone Executor, so we'll look at the very end right here, and unfortunately don't have a lot of space. Melmetal's gonna need to go here, so we'll pop the Alone Executor right here, and we don't want to put, actually this will be the start of Gen 8, so we do have space for Clement up here at the top. Alright, and then we're gonna move to the back. The back is super cool because it's all Gen 9, and there is just, we almost have a full set of Gen 9. So just look at how, this is the end of Gen 8 right here. Gen 9, we just have so much of it. Get to add some more coming up with the Kilowattrel. Just take a gander at it all. Moving slowly to the back. Look at this, just beautiful full pages. Looking for that Archlodon illustration rare. So let's see, Archlodon. We got the Ogerpons. There he is. So we'll move this one out. So honestly, which one do you like better? Do you like the illustration one or this one? This one does have cool artwork, but I just like the shininess of the special one. So we'll leave it in there. Actually, we'll just keep it behind it. And then, yeah, that'll be it. So, and that's gonna do it for this video. So if you like this sort of video, if you wanna see what else I got, see what else is coming, if you wanna see this binder continue to get built, please follow and please leave a like and subscribe if you like this. I mean, if you don't leave shit, but see you in the next video, and looking forward to showing my investments off.